Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. How are you all doing this morning? I know we're here for a very, very serious cause, but we're also here to celebrate the fact that people care enough to be here and to do the work that you do. I know how hard all of you work. I know the conditions under which you work, and I know how important your work is. Not only do you change lives and help put families back together, but you save lives as well. And I just want to thank you for that hard work that you do. Please know that many of us here in the legislature are doing everything we can to make sure that you can continue your very important work. Throughout my entire career, I've had the opportunity to work closely with the domestic violence community to pass critical legislation to protect domestic violence programs and funding. I think it's sort of an underestimation to say that I was very disappointed with the governor's veto of domestic violence funding just recently. I know there are difficult choices to make, but this was the wrong choice to make. And with just a stroke of his pen, the governor reversed 15 years worth of work in progress for women escaping violent environments. After the governor's veto, I worked closely with my Democratic colleagues to introduce and co-author legislation to restore all of the domestic violence funding that had been vetoed, $16.3 million worth. This bill, very sadly, died at the end of session because of a blatant abuse of the process by Senate Republicans. It's a disgrace that this vital legislation to restore the $16.3 million to domestic violence shelter programs was killed. Because of these actions or lack of action, 6 domestic violence shelters have already closed. That is 6 shelters that will not be able to help women or children. Just a few weeks ago, I had the opportunity to attend a fundraising breakfast in my district put on by SAVE, and Rodney Clark is here from SAVE, and I want to acknowledge his wonderful work. And we had the opportunity to hear from 2 very courageous women who told their stories and how they were able to pull it together with the help of SAVE to leave and escape very violent environments and protect their children and their families. Without these sort of programs, these women might not be with us today. And I just want to thank them for their courage and for the hard work that is done at SAVE, for all of the staff and the volunteers that make that happen. Yes, big round of applause. I'm here today to urge my colleagues on the other side of the aisle to make it right. They have an opportunity to do it. They can follow the lead, the bipartisan lead of the State Assembly, and pass this legislation and do it right and do it right now. We have an upcoming special session. They have an opportunity. Make sure you let them know how important this is. This legislation addresses the immediate problems our domestic violence shelters are facing and can help stop many of our shelters that are on the brink of closing from having to turn away families in need. I will continue to work as hard as I can with my colleagues to make sure we can pass this important funding as soon as possible. And I thank my colleagues for joining me here today in this fight, and thank you for all of your very, very important work. Thank you.